Shontay, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Welcome to see that. I see you've changed your background. There's too much light behind you. Why did you do this to me?
Because so much noise was in that other
Okay,
location.
just see if you can either face the light or not have it in the background.
Is this better?
Um, it's a little dark on your face, but don't panic. Don't panic. We can work with it. Let me see. Yes, good. Welcome.
Thank
Okay,
you for having me.
you're quite welcome, Shante. I want to start by asking you, when you think of yourself, what are three positive qualities you think about?
I think I'm honest,
Hmm.
determined, and committed.
Honest, determined, and committed. I like that.
Yeah.
And how would you say your determination manifested itself in the past several months?
Well, considering my recent results, I think my determination definitely paid off and it has been doing me a good favor.
But let me take this opportunity to congratulate you on your results, your academic accomplishments, and so on. I am extremely proud of you, and any young person that is doing well academically or so on, I'm very proud of them. But
Thank you.
you're welcome. You were awarded the valedictorian for St. Rose's High School,
Yes,
and
that's
you were
right.
also given another award for business, I guess, in the
Yes,
Caribbean, in
that's
the
the
region.
the regional award for
Hmm.
the most outstanding candidates in business studies.
Awesome. What do these awards say to you?
It definitely means that I'm doing something right. And it says that I can inspire people that if I put my mind to something, I can definitely achieve it.
Is that what you like? You like to inspire people?
I do, definitely. Especially like the younger ones at my school. I
Uh-huh.
love that.
Tell us about that. How do you interact with them?
Well, I usually have like a few students from the fifth form that I tutor or mentor.
Hmm.
So, like last academic year, that's when I started. I had two students who I tutored, and it was more than that because I would give them advice on like what to do, what to expect, because I was once there. I was once in their position. I knew what they were going through. And even as they're in sixth form now, I would still interact with them and tell them, this is not an easy thing, but it's not impossible, and they can do it.
I saw some recent activities of yours on Facebook over the past couple of months, I should say, where you're doing some other stuff and you're quite busy. How did you find time to study, or how did you how were you able to make studying a priority? Tell us about that.
Well, as I said, one of my qualities is being committed. And once I choose to do something, once I commit to doing something, I definitely go through with doing that. Even though studying might be my first priority, if I committed to doing volunteerism, I will do that. I will make time for it because once I chose to do something, I knew, I had to allocate some amount of time to it. I can't let anyone down.
Shante, you're quite young. When you think of young people in Guyana, what comes to mind?
I think of creativity and talent because there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of creativity, but I don't think we're given enough opportunities to do it here or even elsewhere.
And by opportunities, give me an example of a particular opportunity you think would benefit you and the other youth in Guyana.
For instance, scholarships to go elsewhere to do like any programs that are not being offered here, or maybe just establish the programs here so we can do it here if you don't want to send us elsewhere.
You know, I'm going to expand these questions a little bit. What are you passionate about, Shante?
Well, I love educating people, and I would say, okay, my passion is finance. and I love educating people towards finance
Hmm.
in that area.
What is it about finance that appealed to you?
I am not sure because like ever since I was really young, I was always selling something. Like if someone gave me a gift, like fruits or anything, I would always sell it back.
Oh, I see. Now,
It was always there.
you said, these are your words, determined to make a difference. What do these words mean to you?
They mean everything, like, and it doesn't have to be a big difference. I mean, like, big is relative, but I think we have to start with the small things in life. Like, the whole tutoring thing that I started is because I wanted to see a difference because I know how hard my teachers work and how hard the students also work, but I know they can do better than that. I know my school can be on the forefront more than they are now. So that tutoring thing I started was to make a difference in the results at my school.
Let's go there. Tutoring. Before you started, do you remember what you were thinking about? What was going through your mind at a time when you decided, look, I can make a difference. I can create this bridge between the students who are trying hard and the teachers who are trying hard. I can create this bridge to make a difference. What were you going through at the time? What were you thinking about?
Well, as I said before, I was once in their position and I had someone there to help me. And I just want to be that someone that can help them because it's my school. They also go there and we have to help our own.
What drives you?
What drives me?
Hmm.
Okay. I when I get good results, that definitely drives me to keep doing more.
All right, all right, Shante. Um, your mom, fashion designer, Sonia Noel, popular, famous. Um, she's well known for taking on big challenges in the fashion industry, and she completes them. What, being so close to her, what have you learned? What are some of her qualities that you use?
Her commitment, her dedication. Like if she chooses to do something and I see her do it, and sometimes these things are extreme and they might seem impossible at the moment, but when she gets through and she does it and she gets good results, that definitely motivates me because I am there seeing everything she's going through. And to see that it has a good outcome, that definitely motivates me.
If you were asked to do a skit, a dramatization of what happens, you know where I'm going with this, right? A dramatization of what happens when this particular machine called Sonia Noel. And I knew, I'm going to come back to Shanti. I'm connecting some dots here. When this machine of creating or doing something that you consider at first glance or when you first heard of it as impossible, what is happening when your mom is in the middle of all of this and directing traffic and tell us, how would you dramatize this?
I I am not the dramatic one here. You have to be there to actually see this. I am not the dramatic. Mom is the dramatic one. I didn't inherit that trait.
All right. So give me an example of something, not the thing that she's working on, but a situation where you know you and your sister are asked to do certain tasks, and you guys just react like that. Give us an example of a situation like that.
Well, like when she takes on projects, most of the times she would need sponsors, and sometimes sponsors don't respond in the way you do or in a manner that you like, the time that you want them to respond. These things can really put a strain on her because she wants the event to happen by a certain time. But if she doesn't get the prerequisites to do these things, then it can be done. So like these things stress her out and she becomes a bit moody, so you don't really want to talk to her around this time. But I mean, it's totally understandable because we're all human. We would feel that way.
What are your academic plans?
Well, right now I'm furthering my studies in business economics at the
Mm-hmm.
University of Guyana. And when I finish my bachelor's degree with that, I hope to go on to a master's. I plan to go to the end. I don't want to take any breaks or any interruptions. I plan to go to the end.
If you had a dream career, what would it be?
I want to be the Minister of Finance.
The minister. Why Shante?
Well, I want to be involved in politics eventually. And since finance is my desire, Minister of Finance would be the most appropriate.
If you had, if you had the ear of the president of Guyana, what are two things you will tell him?
Well, to give me a scholarship. That's
Okay.
one. Two, I think the involvement of more youth is vital because we are the recipients of everything that's going on now. Like every situation that's like every current affair that's happening, I think we're mostly affected by it. For instance, like youth employment and poverty and all these things. We are, direct recipients of this. So I think we would be like, I wouldn't want to say the best policy makers, but at least our involvement, like, democracy, so we can have our voice there. So the more involvement of youth in these policy making would be vital.
Talking about the youth, we Guyana just had elections, national elections, and a change of government. Um, how did you participate leading up to the elections? How were you involved as a young person?
Well, I was making sure that everyone that I knew of the voting age and who was registered were going out to vote. And like I would be posting stuff on Facebook sometimes. I'm not that active on Facebook, but around elections time I was like reminding people like, yes, tomorrow's the day you have to go out and telling them the importance of voting because these policies that will be made will affect every Guyanese. And if you don't see the importance of voting, then something is really wrong because that's your way of losing your voice if you don't vote.
What was some of your close friends' reactions to your political trust to some of these things that you were suggesting?
Well, we all shared the same views, so they were pretty supportive of what I was posting and what I taught.
If you were in a room with a group of young people and they were a little bit despondent with the way things are in their lives and considering not pursuing their education, what would you likely tell them to encourage them?
I I would tell them to take advantage of being young because when you're young, you're physically able, you have the energy to do whatever there is to do. So take because you might regret it later. That's definitely, something you wouldn't want. So maybe you should take advantage of being young, of all the opportunities that are out there.
Um, when you were studying for your exams, what was that like? How focused were you?
At the time, I didn't think I was as focused as I should have been,
Hmm.
but I guess we all feel that way because, you will have distractions, you will have moments when you feel like giving up, but I guess I was really focused considering the recent results.
I am curious about this particular about you and some of your mothers rubbing off on you. You said you want to do business economics and finance and be the minister of finance or finance
Yeah.
minister. Better watch out. And how come how come you're not thinking fashion? You're not thinking designing. How is that?
Well, I tried the whole designing thing when I was about 11. I actually had a collection out, and mommy was really happy about that because Mariska wasn't going in her footsteps. So when I finally decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna try this, she was really happy. But then I realized that this wasn't really for me because it was really busy. Like I would see, how busy she is, and then being a part of that world also included a lot of interviews, which I'm not very fond of. So, I mean, being in politics, that will require a lot of interviews as well. But I guess as my age progressed, I became more comfortable with the things I wasn't comfortable with at that time. But at 11, I had a feeling for it. I had a, liking for it. But now I found my love. Let her do her thing. I don't want to live in her shadow. I want to create my own identity.
You want to create your own light.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So, how do you? What are you really passionate about? How do you pass your time? Sorry. How do you pass your? What do you do for fun, Shante?
Oh, I love volunteering.
Mm.
I love teaching. I like baking. I love baking. And I love craft making. Actually, I started a card business. I think it's April this year, earlier this
Really?
year.
What is the name of it?
Khaleesi's.
What?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Khaleesi's.
How do you spell that?
Khaleesi apostrophe S.
K E
A L
uh Aleee.
ALEESI apostrophe S.
Oh, okay, so you're trying to break up my mouth now, Khaleesi's. I like that. What inspired it?
Oh, there's this TV show, Game of Thrones, and my favorite character in the show, her name is Khaleesi. It means queen,
Yes.
and I absolutely love her. I absolutely love her character. So, and I love the word. I've never heard it prior to the show, and then the word queen also, you know, has a lot of meaning. You're ruling stuff. You're in control.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For those days when you don't feel like getting up and doing what you need to do, when you don't feel like being focused, who or what gets you out of that mindset?
I remember that I have people to make proud. I remember that because, like, I remember that, time, you can't get that back. If you waste now, you can't get that back. So you might regret it later.
Mhm.
And that is something I really don't want. And then I also, like, mommy's working hard to give me everything that I have now. I also have other people who are supporting me. So I can't exactly just decide to sleep.
If she were on this show with you right now, what would you be telling
Thank you. Yes, thank you for everything. Like, I really don't want to get into this because I might start crying.
her?
Yes, but thank you.
Your mother has a lot of sayings and a lot of quotes, and some she makes up herself, and some she uses from others, and so on. Positive things, things to keep her going and encourage her friends. What is a particular saying that she has that resonates with you?
Oh, oh my gosh. I don't know if she ever really said this to me, but her actions, like, they say actions speak louder than words.
Hmm.
So, like, I think the quote would be, there's nothing is impossible then. She doesn't like the word no. She doesn't.
Oh yes, she doesn't. I know that. You also believe in doing whatever it takes to achieve your goal. When did this attitude emerge?
Well, like the word sacrifice is not a word I exactly like because when you hear sacrifice and you hear people saying they sacrificed a lot to get where they are, I don't really like that word because when you hear sacrifice, you think of it as something, like a burden to you and something you didn't really want to give up. But I think of it as just doing whatever you had to do to get where you are.
Hmm. So you see you would replace sacrifice as a personal obligation.
Yeah.
Mm, that's interesting. What is next for you?
Well, I am just on the road to being the minister. I hope I don't change my mind. I'm campaigning from now.
you have you have a plan for this, Shante?
Well, not for like a detailed plan as yet, but I think it all starts with a goal, and that's my goal. And I will develop a plan along the way.
I want to go back to Khaleesi's. These cards that you make. What is how is it doing? How is this business doing?
Well, it's kind of on pause now.
Hmm.
It's not like I didn't stop it, but it's kind of on pause now because like I just started university and that's kind of demanding. And I'm also an intern, and then I'm supposed to resume my tutoring. So I don't want anything, hindering the other because I chose to do these things and I have to give them some amount of priority.
What do you,
But it's doing okay.
okay? What do you tutor? What subjects?
Accounts.
Really?
Yeah.
Any success stories?
Well, I remember I told you about the two students from last year.
Hmm.
Well, both of them got distinctions in
Oh
accounts,
well,
and actually,
congratulations!
yeah,
Wow.
actually, it's a guy and a girl, and the guy he's graduating as the valedictorian for fifth form for our school, and the girl is in second place.
How does that make you feel?
Extremely proud,
Yeah.
extreme because I knew exactly how they felt and how worried they were, not only with accounts but with like other subjects. And there were times when they doubted themselves, but I had to keep telling them, this is not impossible, you can do it. And after, like, when we spoke about it, they always told me anytime they felt like they didn't know something, they would ask themselves, what would Shantae do?
And what would Shante do if she doesn't know something or remember something?
I would just write everything I think relates to it.
That's smart. And has I ever worked for you?
Apparently. Apparently.
Valedictorian. Wow, Shante. If you had if you had to create if you had to create a piece of art, or you said you love craft, what comes to mind? What is one thing you would like to create?
Mm. Never really thought about this because I liked painting a lot when I was younger. And I was considered good at it when I was younger because when you're young and you do these things, they look good. But as my age progressed, in life, it wasn't that good.
Are you? Go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I would love to paint a portrait of everyone, like a portrait of a group photo
Yes.
of everyone who played a vital role in everything I have achieved now.
Oh, that's special. That is really special. You talk, and I'm glad you touched on that. I want to ask you about mentorship. Do you have a mentor?
I have many.
You do.
I have many, from my teachers to my friends to past students, because like I try to get advice from as many sources as possible. Because I don't want to take it from one person and then that doesn't work out. So there's this guy. He's a year above me who wrote the same subjects as I did. We got the same results actually, and he's doing this. Well, he's doing economics now, and he really motivated me a lot because when he started sixth form, he also started university, and he also started the CAT accounting program. And when I heard this, I thought he was crazy, but then like he was getting through because he graduated valedictorian. He's in his third year UG, doing very well, and he went some amount of way in the CAT program and he did well in that. And this motivated me, and from time to time I would ask his advice on certain things like, oh, what do you think about this, what do you think I should do? And then they're my teachers, because They're much more mature. They have more experience. I would ask them. Then there's my sister. There's my mother. So I would ask different people.
Outside your mom and your sister, well, outside your mom, talking about older folks, who are some women that you admire and respect?
Oh, some women. You said other than my sister as well?
Yes, outside of your mom and your sister.
Okay. Well, I have some female teachers like Miss Success and Miss Adams. I really admire them. Like, especially Miss Success. Like, she taught me a lot of subjects along the way, and she was teaching while she was also, going to university to get her master's. And sometimes she would go beyond the call of duty to make sure that she taught us what we needed to know in order to excel.
Thank you. And so, um, tell me, what are people most surprised to learn about you when they get to know you?
That I am not stuck up. Yeah,
They think you're stuck up.
all my friends have thought that at some point.
Oh,
Yeah, because apparently I have a really rude look, and sometimes I honestly think I'm smiling along the way,
mhm.
but I look rude. So they think, and I'm really shy, and that comes across as not being friendly. But once they get to know me, they realize, oh, you're not that bad.
Do you think after this conversation here this afternoon, your friends will still think you're shy?
Well, they've known me long enough to know I'm not shy once I get to know you.
I say.
Yeah.
Hmm. When are you most happy?
Pardon?
When are you most happy?
When am I most happy? When a goal is achieved.
When the goal, when the goal is. When is the last time you were very happy?
I'm happy right now.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about how old are you right now, Shante?
I'm 19 years.
Nine, and you are so brilliant. What what do you enjoy most about being 19?
Well, this comes back to something I mentioned earlier about, taking advantage of your youth. When
Mhm.
you're young, there's so many things you can explore and do because you're physically able to do it. Your mind is ready to, venture out in these things. So I love being young and vibrant and being able, to do these things.
Your sister, Mariska, is also very, very brilliant. So, three women in the home: your mom, Mariska, and yourself. What is a debate like among the three of you? I have to stick that one in. Tell us.
Well, mommy always thinks she's right.
May I caution
So
you that she might be listening to this program this afternoon?
I hope she is. I know she is actually. So because she always thinks she's right, and no matter what you say, she'll always, think that we
Uh-huh.
just, giving her the win.
You surrender to her?
It will go on for days.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. And what is a day in the life of Shante like? I know you're only 19, but tell us. You've accomplished so much. You do so much. What is a day in your life like?
A day in my life. Well, some people will look at it and see like it being really busy, but I don't think it's that busy. Like if it's not busy, I'd be very bored with life.
Uh-huh.
But a day in my life, for me, it's enjoyable because I chose to do these things. These are things I love. But, other people have different preferences. But I love what I do. So a day in my life, I think it's one to explore. Because once you explore, then you understand why I love it so much.
What do you like? What do you like a lot about being Shante, Noel?
I like being the honest person I am.
Ah, I see.
I'm I know like my friends like, they've told me that I'm brutally honest. And I think that's why we're still friends because only some people can appreciate someone being really honest about, everything. And I really try to be honest in the nicest way, but
In the
sometimes you
nicest
can't.
way. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, we are coming to a close. I'm gonna put you on the spot one last time. Your mom is busy. She's working on some demanding project, and of course, you're required to help out some way. But you want to get out of it. You want to get out of a particular situation. What do you say?
I
How do
have
you get out?
schoolwork.
Huh?
I have schoolwork.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She's listening to you here right now. I'm sure she's listening to you right now, probably cracking up
Yeah.
wherever she is.
And she knows this because because it's not school. Well, this is before I would have lessons. So then I won't reach home until a certain time. Then after lessons, I would go in my room and I'd be
I
studying.
have schoolwork. I have schoolwork. Shante, thank you. It's been a pleasure and an honor, and I hope at some point you will come back and chat with us a little bit more. All
Thank
right.
you for having me.
You're quite welcome. Just on your side, just hit leave meeting.
Okay, no
All
problem.
right.
Bye.
Bye bye.